All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am live, just starting the live stream here. Hope you can join me. We're going to talk about, I don't know, I have a couple topics that I'm interested in chatting about, and I'm curious what everyone else would like to talk about. So if you have a topic, please pitch it to me. But other than that, I'm going to talk about a client experience from when you do book them. And I don't know what's going on with my hair. Okay. But the client experience, what it's like selling your services and how you can make that actually attracting the right clients for you and that whole process. But I don't know. That's maybe I'm going to talk about a different topic. I think I'm going to talk about today opportunities, taking opportunities when they come, how to take advantage of opportunities. I think this is an underutilized thought that a lot of people don't think about. So we're going to talk about how to recognize and take advantage of opportunities. So thanks everyone who's joining me. I'm just going to go ahead and share this out with some friends of mine. So the stream will just pause for a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, copy, and I'll be right back. The stream will just pause for a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, copy, and I'll be right back. Right back. All right, here I am. I'm back. Okay, we're going to talk about opportunities and how to take advantage of opportunities. And I think more importantly, how to recognize opportunities. And this is for social media, advancing your career, entrepreneurship, that journey, small business, content creation. All these subjects can be all lumped into the idea of living your life always looking for opportunities. And I think entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and people who are just attracted to that kind of life of being your own boss in a way is different than the people that actually do that. So we can all want to be our own boss, right? But then the reality is like a lot of excuses can come into play as far as like, can't do that because of this, and that's fine. Not everyone's cut out for that sacrifice that it takes to be a solopreneur in particular, or start a business, or take a risk, bet on yourself, right? But what we can look for, no matter where you are on that journey, if you're still working full time and you're just starting, trying to build an audience on here, for example, or if you have some education and you have an idea for something that you could do as a business or as an entrepreneur and you're not sure where to start, or you're starting to build it as you are working for someone else, that kind of thing. Or you already are out on your own and you're just trying to navigate those waters. I think the advice that I'm going to give today about recognizing opportunities and then also learning to take advantage of opportunities and trying things, it's something that I've always done. I've always lived this way. And you will not believe the experiences I've had. And it's not even just about experiences, it's about opportunities within like your network, meeting new people, making new friends, getting connections that you didn't normally would ever have if you had said no to something. And so what I'm going to get at here is taking advantage of opportunities is all about not being afraid to say yes. And I think people in general, the majority, is afraid to say yes to things. And you may think, oh, that's not me, that's not me. I'm always out for an adventure. I love adventure. I like trying new things. I like to, explore something different on the menu. And we can all tell ourselves these things, but most of us, in reality, when push comes to shove, we don't necessarily want to take risks and take risks on ourselves or take risks on something else. So we might not recognize opportunity when it's right in front of us, and might go through our whole lives complaining like nothing good ever happens to me. I see everyone else around me, all these amazing things happening, and nothing ever happens to me. I'm always working hard and no one notices, and all these things. And it's because you might not be recognizing these opportunities that happen throughout your day. And I'm telling you, they happen all the time throughout your day. And it's not something like an email from a spammer or scam. Like, we can recognize when something's a scam, but it's when people ask you something, or even something is presented to you and you're given the chance to say yes to it. Now you might say, well, I didn't say no to anything. Right, but you didn't say yes. You maybe just ignored what was happening, or just clicked away, or said, I'm not going to respond to that. That's not for me, right? That's a popular excuse. That's not for me. That's for someone else. And you may not even be saying that out loud, but you kind of are internalizing that. And so that kind of thing can set you on a path of not even seeing like opportunities that then present themselves. And so I'm talking so vague and so abstract. It's really hard to relate this to your own life, right? And I want to welcome everybody who's here listening and hanging out. Thanks for joining today. This is just a chat. I'm decided to talk about something that came up in a discussion on one of my audio spaces today about saying yes to things and taking opportunities as they come. And it's all about, first, you have to be able to recognize when something happens. And then you want to sit with stuff for a little bit longer than that impulse reaction. Because a lot of the times we have an impulse reaction to something of, it's either an aversion or, oh yes, or it's like, oh, who else is going to be there? Is someone else doing this? So we either have like that emotional reaction of being repulsed, an emotional reaction of being attracted to something, or an emotional reaction to being the only one, right? Not fitting in with the crowd and kind of going out on our own. So those are the feelings that you have when an opportunity happens, and you have to be able to recognize those and possibly interpret them and see if it's something that, is making sense, like you're trusting your intuition, which is a big one for me. Or if you're not in touch with your intuition, is your conscience guiding you the wrong way? And maybe you need to just sit with something a little bit longer. And so when I decide if something comes and falls in my lap, do I have time for this, first of all? Like, that's the first excuse that we can make for ourselves. I don't have time for this. But if you really think about it for a while, do you really have time for this? Could you maneuver your schedule around and make time for this? So for me, the opportunity that came a few weeks ago was I opened TikTok. I was just going to post something or see how my posts are doing. The whole like, am I viral yet? Am I viral yet? Or that one post that I have that took off. How many views does it have now? Like, it all matters. Like, who cares? And so I'm just going in there and just checking on things. And then I get this alert from TikTok. And you may not even check your alerts. You may ignore your alerts. So now, any opportunity that TikTok has possibly for you to take advantage of, you're already blocking. You're not even open to accepting that opportunity. And I'm just using TikTok as an example because that's where we're here. That's where we're hanging out right now. But why don't you click on that just to see what it says? Like, it's another second of your time to even just see what that alert says, and you're already pushing it away. So think about that. And so I always look, because what's the harm in looking? I can look and see what TikTok's sending to me. And I'm an adult. I can make decisions and decide this isn't for me, or this is interesting. Maybe I'll wait and see and learn more. Or, oh, this is an opportunity. I'm going to jump on this. So what was the opportunity that TikTok gave me? It was, you can go live now. Oh, I thought that was for people with 10,000 followers. I thought that was for people who posted all day. I thought that was for people who went viral, right? But no, they just gave it to me, a little itty bitty account who posts occasionally, the opportunity to go live. I have a decision in that moment. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to say, oh, that's not for me? That must be a mistake. I don't go live. What am I going to talk about? Who wants to listen to me? Well, we all have something to share. We all have a life experience that no one else has experienced. We all have a skill. We all have something that we know that someone else doesn't know. So of course you have something to say, right? So I had that opportunity to go live, and I knew that about myself. It's like, I know things that people don't know. I've had life experiences that no one else has had. I've done things that other people, sure, they've done, but never when I did them or before or after I did this. So I have been informed by my decisions, my experiences, where I've been, the education, the places I've worked, the people I've talked to, the platforms I've put myself out there on. So I saw that opportunity and I said, okay, I'll come up with something. I keep a notebook. You guys have a notebook? Write down things, write down your ideas. And you can also do this as like a stream of consciousness. If you're like pen and paper, what are you talking about? I don't even know how to write my own name. Okay, don't worry about it. Put it on a note on your computer if that's how you work. Or here's a little trick that I do, and then we'll get back to the opportunities. Just for coming up with content, what you're going to do on your live stream. I talk to AI. It's free. You can use it. You can go to ChatGPT and start talking to AI. And you can talk to it about this, like, what could I talk about on a live stream? You could just ask it that and then be like, okay, let's get into it. What do you know? What do you know that no one else knows or not that many people know? What life experiences have you been through that no one else has experienced? What have you learned through those experiences? What would you tell yourself 10 years ago? On and on and on. These are all things that you can do. Like, so the excuse of like, I have nothing to talk about, gone. You have something to talk about, absolutely. If you're not good at talking, okay, there's another excuse not to take this opportunity. I'm not good at talking. Okay, what are you saying? You're not good at talking. You're not good at talking in front of people. I'm just looking at myself. I'm talking to myself right now. And it's fine. Like, I'm doing fine. It may not make sense, but, you know, I'm hoping that someone's maybe listening and that maybe can get inspired by this a little bit and get the confidence to go live and share what they know. So I'm just talking to myself. And how do you get good at talking to yourself? Or how do you get good at talking to others or talking to a group of people? You do it. You practice. There's no other way. Sorry, there's no shortcut. There's no book you can read. There's no movie you can watch, no YouTube video you can watch. You have to do it. It's the reps and you'll get better. So the tricks are, find a subject you can talk about. What would you, if there's a subject you can talk about, and just imagine talking to your friends about it. Someone's asked you, hey, what do you know about this subject? I'm looking to get into it now. Start talking. Okay, so that opportunity to go live, 2 excuses shot down that don't make sense. They're completely unreasonable. That the only one that's kind of reasonable is I don't have time. But can you make time? Can I make 30 minutes every other day to go live? I think I can. Just like we could all probably make 30 minutes to exercise a little bit, you know, same type of thing, and work those muscles, practice, and go ahead and go live. Now, I want to talk a little bit about other opportunities that came along with this. So this is just about recognizing opportunities. There was nothing more than you can go live. Okay, I can go live. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity and see what it is. It's weird that they said I could go live. I have a small account. No one knows me here. Why? You know, but I don't care. I can ask why all day long, but it doesn't mean I can't go live, so I'm going to go live. I went live. And I did it. I came up with a couple of topics, and I went live. I did 3 lives, I think 3 days in a row, just like this, just talking to the camera, coming up with a topic, a general topic I could talk about. And, oh, what is this? Okay, I'm going to start this goal, whatever it is. I don't know what it means, but we'll do it. We'll see what happens. See, this is an opportunity, recognizing in here. Does that mean that something good's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know what these things are. Like, I have no idea what this rose thing is. It doesn't mean anything to me. But TikTok thinks I should pay attention to it, so I will try it out, and we'll see. If anyone wants to give me feedback on what the heck that is, you can let me know. So I went live 3 times, and then I got the opportunity that popped in and said, you can have subscribers. I can have subscribers? Why would I have subscribers? Like, who's going to subscribe to me? I have a okay following over on X, not nearly a big account, just, a few people, a couple thousand. And that's a really great place. I hang out there a lot. But I have this opportunity here now, so I'm going to explore this opportunity. And it says you can have subscribers. Okay, so what does that mean? You can go live and the subscribers can watch, and they have to pay to be able to watch it. Ooh, that's interesting. What's that about? So I look into it, the opportunity's there. I don't just disregard it. First of all, I don't ignore it, right? I see it, I notice it, I think about it. Oh, I could do that. And I will say, you could write yourself 1,000 excuses of why you shouldn't set up subscribers with like 51 followers on TikTok, a platform that I barely use. But none of those reasons to me are really valid. It's like, oh, you don't have a following. Well, doesn't everyone start out with no following? What happens if I built up everything that I need, imagining I do have a following, and just did stuff like I did? And then maybe I'll grow and I will build a following, and I'll already have everything already set up, ready to go. I don't have to do anything. It's all done before it happens. It's kind of a cool idea. It saves a lot of time and effort, I'll be sure. And if it does work, I'm set up, I'm ready to go. I don't even have to think about it. But if it doesn't work, no worries. It was just a little bit of extra effort to set up the subscription, right? Make some stickers, because they're kind of, I don't know, I have some cool stickers that I've put in there, and the awards and all kinds of things. It didn't take that long to set up. I was able to do that in 30 minutes or something. I had a little extra time, and you can do it all on your phone. So it's like I can just lay in bed and do it, no pressure. So now that's set up, and I have this I have had taken advantage of these opportunities that TikTok has presented to me. Now, what do I talk about to my live subscribers? That's the work, right? I have to come up with something. So what I am doing with my subscribers, so anyone who is interested, I am working through setting up a TikTok shop. So we're going to be doing that together through the live subscriber content. So if that's anything you're interested in learning more about, or want someone to ask questions as we go through this, want to start setting it up and just having like a community of people to help, if you come across a question, you have a difficulty, or you like trying to reach out to support, I can't even imagine what that's like. So that's what I'm trying to build up with the subscriber community that I have here. The opportunity I was given on TikTok. So that is that. And I did 1 live already, which is great. I outlined the very first steps before you even think about signing up with a TikTok shop. The very first steps that you really have to take seriously and think about. So I did that, and then I have, with this opportunity, right, I want to make sure that I have the best foundation. So if it does grow, I have a really good foundation. I'm going to have amazing resources. So I'm going to go through this journey, right? And so what if I don't get many subscribers? So what? I'm recording videos and I'm making content. And in the background here, as I go through, I'm using this to kind of build out a course to show people how to build a TikTok shop. So I'm doing it in real time. I'm doing it with people that genuinely need help. And then I'm also building content in a content library on my website that I can possibly maybe sell or at least have available to my subscribers to reference and look at any time. So I did my first live. I got a subscriber. Yay! I have 1 subscriber. And then I know there's other things on here that are a little bit confusing because I don't use TikTok. I don't watch the lives much. So I don't understand the fan club. Like, I don't know what that, I get what a fan club is, right? But I don't understand like how you guys can join it or whatever, how that all works. But if you're able to join it, that would be cool. I'd love to have you. And if you're interested in being a subscriber, you can look into that. And we're going to be working on a TikTok shop together. And what's my expertise is e-commerce, websites. I was a photographer for a long time. I had my own wedding photography business for a long time. And a lot of that was due to my website and understanding of how people shop online. So with that, I've taken what I know from that experience, and then also I do websites for other clients. I have clients, I have small businesses that I do their websites for. So all of this I'm learning, and I do for other people, and I'm going to share it with you. So I'm going to apply all that knowledge that I have to setting up a TikTok shop the right way. And I also have an e-commerce website that I run and an Etsy shop. So I have a lot of understanding of how all this works and how I can connect a TikTok shop to print on demand and sell that way so that there's no money up front. So even if you don't even have a product to sell, if you create art or even have just a small following that is interactive with you and they would like to support you by buying merch or something, this is definitely the thing for you. And look at this. I talk about fan clubs, and then this little fan club 101 thing pops up. So I don't know. I'll just click on that and we'll see what happens. I get lost in there pretty quickly, so we'll see. We will see what happens. So that's pretty much it about taking advantage of opportunities. We're going to see where this opportunity that was given to me goes. And it's all about taking a look at something when it's in the moment in front of you, seeing, can I actually do this? Is this something I might be interesting to me? You don't have to say, I really like this. Say, this might be interesting to me, because that can be enough to kind of get you on board, get you in the door to start with something. Is this going to be interesting? And for me, that can be anything from an experience to a actual client work. Like, it could be work, that's an opportunity, or it could be just like an experience to see something that I've never seen before, or go somewhere that I've never been before. All kinds of things that you never know. And so the next level for this is, learning to see opportunities and understand them, and then process them the right way from a place that truly is like a positive point of view, a positive outlook onto things, and the possibilities that could be from whatever decision you make. So it goes from that level of recognition to creating your own. So the next level is creating your own opportunities. So you're given an opportunity. What are you going to do with it now? You can also create your own opportunities out of something like that. And if something doesn't exist, you can always do it. You can always do it. If it doesn't exist, it just means that you haven't done it yet. So keep those things in mind, and I hope you have an awesome day today. Anyone who has had the chance to go live on TikTok and hasn't yet, You know, what is it that's stopping you? I would be curious. What is it that's stopping you? I think I touched base on this earlier in the stream, like the main reasons. One, I don't have time for it, really. You don't have 10 minutes of your day. You can just turn on your camera and talk to it. Even less. I mean, you could go, you don't have to, who says you have to go for 10 minutes? You could go for 5 minutes. Okay, so that's and you could do it once a week, you know? It doesn't have to be something every day. Okay, so that's, you can wash that one away. I don't have time for it. You can make time for it, you know, so that's not a good excuse. The next one is I have nothing to say. No one would want to hear me. And I hope that I convinced you that you do. We all have something of value. You've all experienced something that no one else has experienced, and you've also got skills, and you've come from that point of view of your life experience that no one else has done like you. So your skill can be presented in a way that's unique to you and your voice, and there will be someone that needs to hear it. And I think that is something that people really need to consider when looking at, like, well, no one would want to hear me. I don't think that's a good excuse. And then the last one is I can't talk in front of people. Well, I'm not talking in front of anybody. I'm talking in front of myself. I'm looking at myself. I'm talking to myself right now. And if you can't do that, I don't know, practice doing that. Maybe practice in the car or something. But I hope someone got some value out of this today. It was really a lot of fun doing these live streams. I try to go every day, but I'd say probably more like 4 or 5 times per week. You can always find out when I'm going to go live next by visiting my website, katebly.com, spelled just like my handle. And you can find all the information you need about when I go live, and then all the things that I have going on. So I do have my subscriber lives, which we're doing, building a TikTok shop together. And then I also have my other content I do on X, and you can also follow me. I'm on YouTube and Instagram, all the places. So I hope to see you out there. Give me a follow. I much appreciated it. If you're interested in these lives at all, if you're not, I don't need a follow. I'm not begging for a follow. I'm just saying if you found this interesting today, it'd be great to have you following and having notifications so that you can see when I do go live. Other than that, I want everyone to have a wonderful day and look for those opportunities and sit with those opportunities for a moment and decide. And don't jump to conclusions. Don't get emotional. And don't talk yourself out of things and make excuses. Look at the opportunity for what it is and what it could potentially be, and put your all into it. And with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next live. Bye.